All right, good morning, everyone. I'd like to remind everyone to please make sure that all cell phones are turned to the off or vibrate position. Also, please be advised our city council meetings are broadcast on television on Comcast Channel 99 and rebroadcast on WMGJ Radio. This meeting of the Gadsden City Council will now come to order. The chair calls on City Clerk Ivan Nelson for the roll call.
Councilwoman Toles?
Here.
Councilman Williams?
Here.
Worthy?
Here.
Eccles?
Here.
Councilman Billingsley is absent today. Councilman Cannon?
Here.
And Reed?
Here.
We have a quorum present and our meeting is open for business. I'm going to ask Keith Williamson to lead the invocation. Please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we do thank you for this day, Lord. We just thank you for the blessings you freely give us, Father. We thank you for your love, your grace, and your mercy, first and foremost, Father, your forgiveness that we will never deserve. Father, we pray that we honor you, glorify you, Father, with all that we say and do. We ask that you fill this place with your wisdom, guidance, knowledge, and discernment, Father. Each one of us, Lord, that will surrender to your will and not our own. Let us please you always. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the work session and city council meeting held on July 18th.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to approve minutes.
The chair will entertain a motion to ratify payment of accounts for the week of July 14th through the 20th.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to ratify payment of the accounts.
Proclamations, Mayor. Unfinished business. Item number 8A is a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance at 2323 Forest Avenue in District 6, Michael J. Head being the last known owner. This resolution was tabled for 30 days on June 20th. What is the pleasure of the council?
Ask for a 30-day extension, please.
Second.
Okay. Is there any discussion?
He is working on these pieces of property. I came by. He's doing substantial work on them, so he is making progress on it.
Okay. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to table the resolution for 30 days, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to table for 30 days.
Item number 8B is a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance at 2325 Forest Avenue in District 6. Michael J. Head also is the last known owner of this piece of property. This resolution was tabled for 30 days on June 20th. What is the pleasure of the council?
Ask for a 30-day table on this also. This house is right next to the other house. We're working on both of them at the same time. I think if we probably worked on one, we'd probably finish it. We're working on two houses.
Okay.
Second.
All right. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to table the resolution for 30 days, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to table for 30 days.
This is the time and place as advertised to conduct a public hearing, allowing anyone to speak in opposition to or in favor of a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance on property at 1210 Stroud Avenue in District 2. Juanita Horton, David L. Williams, and the estate of David C. Williams being the last known owners. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Does anyone wish to speak in favor?
Mr. President, I'm Brian Harbison with the Building Department. This case involves a burned structure that partially collapsed. We started our process in April of this year. There have been no improvements. There are no permits to improve, and we're asking for a resolution to abate the nuisance.
What is the pleasure of the council?
Move to abate.
Second.
Okay. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Our next public hearing is a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance on property at 1220 Etowah Avenue in District 3, Jeanette Chandler being the last known owner. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Does anyone wish to speak in favor?
Mr. President, this case involves an abandoned house. We started the process in January of this year. There've been no improvements. There was a building permit taken out in February. No work has been done on that permit. We're asking today for a resolution to abate this nuisance.
What is the pleasure of the council?
Move to abate.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Our next public hearing is a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance on property at 1301 Ellis Avenue in District 6, Jail Busters of Etowah County being the last known owner. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Ma'am, if you would, come on up. If you would, please give us your name and address.
My name is Deborah Kroll. I presently live at 305 Wilson Street in Walnut Park, which is Gadsden. The house located on 1301 Ellis Avenue is a double-wide mobile home that I lived in for 19 years. There is a loan on the house. It's a $40,000 loan. It's owned by Ditech. I turned it over to them when I moved out, and I spoke with them yesterday. I've been trying to set up a date for them to come and remove the mobile home from the property. The property is in Jail Busters of Etowah County, and that was something I did years ago to get somebody out of jail, and then he never paid for it. Jail Busters no longer exist. I've paid the property taxes every year for 20 years. So I'm in the process of getting the property back into mine and my husband's name, and they're supposed to be coming out to get the mobile home. I haven't been able to get a time on when they're going to do it, but it is a foreclosure and it is up for sale by Ditech, and they're based out of Florida.
Okay.
So I was asking that we be given a little extension to get this taken care of, because I didn't know anything about it till I got a letter the other day through the mail.
Okay. How much time do you need?
Who is starting to take off all the siding on the trailer? Who's doing all that?
That's the trailer next door to me.
Okay, it's not
That's
this
not,
one.
that's not my double wide, no, that's not mine. That's the one next door, whatever that address is, that belongs to a lady in Mississippi, and she said she turned it over to the city of Gadsden. But mine is the double wide, and there's no siding been taken off, just the underpinning when they came out and put the lock on the door. But it has been vandalized, and it is the guy that lives next door that is doing it. I've reported it to the police department several times. So they came out one time and made, because there's a storage building there that was mine. He broke into it and stole everything out of it, so I returned the storage building back to the people that it belongs to.
So you let the trailer go back, correct? You don't have any legal ties to the trailer since you let it go back, correct?
No, it's just, it was left to me, and it was bought by my father, and we lived in it, and when he passed away, I moved into his property several years after he died, and now I've been talking to the people that owns it. Like I said, Ditech, it was Green Tree Financial out of Florida, and now it's been sold to Ditech, and I've talked to Mr. Antonio, and he's supposed to be setting up something to come get it, or he has it up for sale on the foreclosure list, is what he told me.
Okay.
So when I get the property back in my name, if whoever wants to buy, if they buy the house, I'll let them have the property too for a very small amount, just to get rid of it and get it out of my name.
Okay.
But I'd like to get an extension so I can get this taken care of, because I've just had so much going on with properties that my dad has left me that I'm trying to get rid of.
I'm going to go ahead and abate the nuisance today. We won't do away with it within the next few weeks, so you'll have that much time to go ahead and try to get it. But, we've got to do something, move on it.
Yeah.
If you'll call and tell them today, or that, we're going to move on this, and we've made the nuisance, and it's going to be up to them to get it now.
Yeah, because there's over $40,000 still owed on the house, and it could be updated, I mean, it could be fixed. You know, I had somebody come out and look at it, and they said it could be fixed, you know, for what he vandalized, took ceiling fans and light fixtures and hot water heater and stuff like that out of it, so. But it was an expensive home when I first bought it, so.
Man, when you say Ditech, do you know how to spell that, please?
Ditech.
That's right. And would you happen to have a phone number for them?
I had it, and I left my notebook at home, but I do have a number for them, an extension I can call and give it to you.
Well, for some reason though, the reason I'm asking is if they're a lien holder on this,
Yes.
there's no UCC or any evidence of a lien in the records of Etowah County.
Well, it is, it's owned by Ditech.
Okay,
It was
so-
first bought, when it was first bought, it was Bombardier Capital, and then it went to Greentree, and then they sold the loan to Ditech, and Ditech just recently, in the past couple of weeks, assumed the, I guess, the loan.
All right, well, ma'am, if you don't mind, could you forward that information to Mr. Harbison?
I sure will.
Because we'll need to contact DITAC, because once we know about it, we're in an obligation to contact
understand.
them.
Okay.
But we don't have, there's nothing on record down in the
Yeah, well,
county.
I told them the situation and what was going on, and they told me that they had it on a foreclosure list, and they thought that they had a buyer for it, so that's all he told me. He wouldn't tell me who the buyer was or anything, because I guess he's not obligated to tell me since it's in my dad's name, but I am the executor of my dad's estate, so I'm in charge of everything that he had, so,
All right.
okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Does anyone else wish to speak in opposition? Does anyone wish to speak in favor?
Mr. President, I have had several conversations with Ms. Kroll. We're certainly not opposed to someone else coming in and pulling the units out. We started our process in December. Been no improvements to the property, no permits to improve, obviously. And we're asking for a resolution to abate the nuisance. In reality, it should be several months before Public Works gets to it. So that's a reasonable amount of time. And if we do make contact with DITEC, I'm sure the legal department will relay this information to them that unless they come pull those trailers out, we will crush them and take them to the landfill. Thank you.
All right. All right. What is the pleasure of the council?
Move to abate, please.
Okay. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
This is the time and place as advertised to conduct a public hearing allowing anyone to speak in opposition to or in favor of resolutions assessing nuisance abatement liens against property. This is for demolition that has already been performed, and we have 4 locations. 2401 James Street, which is in District 1, $2,616.40. 2331 Chestnut Street in District 6, $2,741.40. 3609 Georgia Avenue in District 6, $3,341.40. And 302 Kaiser Street in District 6, $1,841.40. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to any of these resolutions? Does anyone wish to speak in favor? The chair will entertain a motion to adopt all 4 resolutions.
So move.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt all 4 resolutions, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt all 4.
Item number 16 is a resolution authorizing amendment to an agreement with Milliman, Inc. This is for transitioning from Governmental Accounting Standards Board Statement, or GASB 45, to GASB 75 for the fiscal year ending 2017, and the amount is $2,000. This also includes a recurring biannual actuarial other post-employment benefit valuation reports for a 2-year period, and the amount is $11,000 per year. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
New business, is there any new business? Department reports, committees, boards, remarks by the mayor and council? Mayor? Councilwoman Toles?
One, let's keep Gadsden beautiful.
All right, Mr. Eccles?
Nothing.
All right. Councilman Worthy?
Nothing.
All right. Councilman Cannon?
Anything?
Councilman Reed? All right, the only thing I have is, do want to thank Ferguson and Sons, both Kevin Ferguson and Darrell Ferguson for a job well done on Saturday. They held the 2017 STEM event, and it went off without a hitch. There were 30 people that enrolled, 21 showed up, and they actually had to turn some people away based on the 30 that it registered. So it was a very good event. Thank the Times for some good press this morning in this morning's paper. Those young folks assembled robots, they programmed robots, they tested robots, and they had a competition, a bridge building competition. So very impressive. And again, it's just indicative of things that we need to see in terms of our young people, because those are the kinds of jobs and the kinds of careers that they're going to have to engage in tomorrow's economy, and they're also going to have to compete with young people from across the world. So again, I do appreciate them and their efforts. And I don't know if anybody attended. I did make it last night, but I don't know if anybody else attended the Boys and Girls Club Hall of Fame event.
Yeah, it was very successful, very good, and I got a Dallas Cowboy football.
All right. All right. So we do commend Quez Williams for a lot of the work that he's doing over there. He's doing a very good job in rebuilding the Boys and Girls Club's footprint in the community. So we appreciate that as well. Is there anything else?
Nope.
There's nothing else. I entertain a motion that we adjourn.
Move.